is happening, Magnus sites? Good Lord, there's so much news coming out today. So much news. I'm not going to be able to cover it all. I just won't be able to cover it all. But Joe Rogan is now telling us what Ms. Kamala Harris did not want to talk about on his podcast. I saw that. I said, oh, ho, 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 ho. We doing this one.
Some people felt that he was smiling Biden, the president sitting down with Donald Trump, and the historic handshake wasn't the only headline. It was Biden's
Man, they look like best friends in that picture, don't they?
grin that captured attention on social media, leaving many folks to speculate, why was he so happy?
Biden taller than him?
Vice President of Targeted Victory, Matt Gorman, former Clinton advisor Philippe Ryans. Gentlemen, good morning to both of you. Let's get to it. Here we go, some of the reaction online. Biden never looked happier. Joe Biden shares the same smile that most of
It's because he voted for Trump.
America has.
And his wife.
Right now. Matt, you see something there?
I have not seen him that happy since the last debate. I mean, I'm not even trolling. I mean, if you're Kamala Harris, what are you thinking right now? I mean, they were saying he's a fascist, Trump's a threat to democracy, this and that. And yet, do you smile that happily when you're next to someone who you think, ostensibly is evil? It kind of shows everything they were saying was just kind of a lie. I mean,
Where is Rogan?
It was incredible. I've not seen.
They had, I don't know how many conversations with my folks.
Right.
But multiple conversations, giving different dates, different times, different this, different that. And we knew that she was going to be in Texas. So I said, open invitation. I think they had requirements on things that she didn't want to talk about. She didn't want to talk about marijuana legalization, which I thought was hilarious.
Why?
Like, that's so, because of her prosecuting record. And, she put a lot of people in jail for weed.
A lot of black people were talking about that. They're talking about, oh, you want to say Trump's racist, but look how many black men you put in prison. So that was another reason why a lot of black folk voted for Trump. Just so y'all know, okay? Because they didn't trust her. It was the whole thing, too, with, saying, oh, I'm Indian. And then when it starts to be like, okay, we might try to make you president. Then, oh, now I'm black.
You had that. You had this from one of the spokesmen. There was a backlash with some of our progressive staff that didn't want her to be on it and how there would be backlash. I guess there's truth in there somewhere, gentlemen. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's malpractice, right? You're worried about your staff's feelings and not, getting in front of tens of millions of voters, more than watch the evening news even. And look, Rogan is a symptom of a larger cause, right? I don't think doing Rogan would suddenly win her the election, but it spoke to a mindset of playing it safe, of keeping her from a lot of interviews for most of the campaign, of not taking risks, of not saying, hey, let's figure out 3 things where we can separate ourselves from the historically unpopular president in our party, of hey, let's cater to this interest identity group and that interest identity group instead of trying to win voters and build the broadest tap possible. Look, Rogan in itself didn't lose the election, but it was a mindset that informed all of that did.
My feeling, Philippe, is that anytime you put conditions on an interview, it's probably either not going to happen or it's not.
People think you're hiding something if you do that. Another thing is that, Joe asks a lot of questions that everybody else asks and wants to know. I assume like I'm thinking about like when The Rock was on there, I don't think I got through the whole interview, but he didn't ask. I would assume that clip would have went viral, but I don't think he asked him, was he on any PEDs, right? But Rogan will ask the tough questions, and whether she was black was the thing that was going around. Candace Owens has a whole series on going through her family heritage and family tree and figuring this all out. So that could have came up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just felt all of a sudden you black now because you want the black vote. You know what I mean?
Not going to go well. And I think this other comment about progressive staff members being concerned about that there might be some truth in that, about the infighting within the campaign.
You just teed up a softball right down the middle. I mean, President Trump gave preconditions to the interview with
National Association of Black Journalists, he didn't want to be fact checked, and he did the same thing in terms of trying to work the refs, which he's very good at, on the debates. But I'll say this: look, I think the most important thing about this is that Rogan said that she said okay. So look, I don't have any inside information here. I would say that the idea that she didn't go into I won't say the lion's den, but the fox's den is a little crazy, because she sat with your colleague Brett Baer, which is more than President Trump did the other way around. And I think I don't know whether or not the left or the progressives did or didn't. I am certainly not going to defend anyone on the inside who might have said that's too something. The one thing I will say is that I'm sure there was discomfort with some of the people that he has had on his show, including Alex Jones, in terms of not pushing back hard enough.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it's that simple.
I would just offer, I think, in the end of it, a little difference because of what we saw in the electoral vote. So, Philippe, thank you. Matt, thanks. Gentlemen, we'll...
Ostensibly is evil. It kind of shows everything they were saying was just kind of a lie. I mean, it was incredible. I have not seen Biden that happy in a long, long time.
Philippe, what you see?
Biden offered, which Donald Trump did not do in 2020. It's good that Donald Trump accepted, and it's not getting done. As far as the grin, look, I'm
just
glad
trying to
that
see if I'm missing anything with Kamala
for an hour. Well, he finally answered it. Let's go ahead and play the clip from.
Okay. So it was the weed thing. 3-hour conversation with Joe. He's gonna ask you more than just about the weed. That's gonna come up. Very interesting. Post comments down below. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed my thoughts on this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers.